Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you host webinars, I'm sure you understand that it is crucial to keep the people that are coming to your webinars engaged, and it's crucial to have them show up on time so that everyone knows that this is taken seriously. And so what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to show you a very powerful and simple way to increase show-up rates and make sure that people are actually coming on time. We're going to do this by using an AI that sounds just like a human, and it will be able to call all of the prospects that are supposed to come to the webinar 15 minutes beforehand in order to remind them to come. All you'll need for this is a CRM platform, Nova Echo AI, and a will to automate. And yes, this is an amazing AI picture of me. Thank you. All right, so I'm here in Nova Echo CRM, and you can use whatever CRM you'd like, although obviously I recommend Nova Echo CRM. And we're going to come over here to create workflow. And we're going to start from scratch. So the first step here is to make sure that every lead that comes in from your sign up form is actually tagged correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to press add new trigger. Now, if you're using a form within Nova Echo CRM, this will be super easy. If you're using a form externally, maybe Jotform or something like that, you can connect it to Zapier and then connect Zapier to your CRM platform. And that's how you would send that data over. I'm not going to go into that in this video because I'm assuming that most people are using Nova Echo CRM, but that's something that I can cover in another video. Let me know if that's important. Anyways, what we're going to do here is form. So form submitted, and then you can add a filter. So in this case, I would add a filter for webinar form, okay? And then I'm going to press, so I'll do add filter, and then you'd put form is, and then you'd select that form name. I don't have a form built for that right now. So after that, you're going to press the save trigger on the bottom right, and it's going to pop up like this. And then you're going to add another one, and it's going to be a tag. Okay, so it's going to be add contact tag. And the contact tag you're going to want to put here should be something like webinar attendee. So you can just type in webinar sign up. We'll do that instead, actually. And then you can just press add new tag. That will show up there. You're then going to press save action again on the bottom right, and it's going to look just like this. After you're done with that, you're going to come up and name the workflow, and it should be something like webinar sign up to add tag. And then you're going to come up here, you're going to publish this workflow, and you're going to press save. And then we're going to move on to the second workflow that's actually going to be sending out this AI call. All right, so once that's created, you're going to come over here and you're going to press create workflow again. We're going to do another one from scratch. This time, the trigger is actually going to be the tag that you just added through that other workflow. This time, the trigger is going to be the tag that you just added from that other workflow. So we're going to press add trigger. We're going to do contact tag, add filters, tag added, and then we're going to select that same tag. So whatever tag you added in that last workflow is the exact same one you're going to put here. And then we're going to press save trigger on the bottom right. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to make sure that whenever somebody signs up to your webinar through the form, they're going to get that tag added. Whenever that tag is added, it's going to save them in a new list automatically that you can filter for in the contacts. Then it's going to send them into this automation because as soon as a tag gets added, it then sends them here. So once you have the tag as a trigger, the next step is to add a wait function, okay? So we're going to do a wait, and then we're going to do advanced window. So let's say you do a webinar, I'm going to just put it out here, every Saturday at 5 p.m., okay? We're then going to tick off all of these boxes, except for the Saturday one, because that's the one that you're doing the webinar on. And we're going to put start from, we're starting at 5 p.m., and we want to do 15 minutes before. We're going to start this at 4:45. So we're going to put 4:45 p.m., 15 minutes before 5. And then we're going to end this at 5. Cool. We're going to press save. What this is going to do is whenever this contact tag is added, it's going to wait until Saturday at 4:45, and then it's going to start putting the leads through, and then at 5, it's going to cut it, okay? So then after this, we're going to add a drip. So this means that it's going to dump all the leads at 4:45. If we send 1,000 leads into the AI, it might get overloaded at the same time. And so we're going to put one every 0.05 minutes. This means every about 3 seconds, a call's going out. So the AI can be on 1,000 calls at once, of course, but you need a certain level of upgrade for that. And if you don't have it, it could overload the system. So once again, I would put it here. You can make it a little bit lower if you want, but I'd recommend this. Next, third, that's when we're actually going to be doing the AI call. So in order to do this, you're going to put webhook. You can click on that first one. And we're going to use this to send a webhook over to Nova Echo AI's platform, which is then going to understand that and send a call to whatever prospect was put into this workflow. All right, so I just saved you the time of watching all that boring stuff, and I put this entire webhook in. Now, I know this may look confusing, but trust me, it is not. So let me explain this to anyone who is not too techy. So first of all, the URL, that's just the URL that we're sending this webhook to. In this case, it's going to be https voice@novaecho.ai/call. Okay. Then the agent ID, if you're in the Nova Echo platform, you'll understand what this means. The agent ID is the ID of the specific agent that you're using. And so that's going to go into a custom value. And then the custom value is going to go here. And the reason we do this is so that if you ever want to change the main agent that's making all your calls, you can change it once in the custom values with the Nova Echo CRM, and it will then change in all of your workflows. Okay. Then the from number is the number you're going to be calling from. So you can buy whatever number you want with the Nova Echo AI. And that again is going to go inside of your custom values. And then this is going to go here. To number, that is going to be the number you're calling. So that's going to be your prospect's phone number. So we just put contact phone raw. And by the way, you can just click here, click contact, and then click phone raw, and it will fill that out automatically for you. So you did it double just now. And then we have client ID. So that's your own client ID. If you're a Nova Echo AI, you're going to get one. So again, the client ID is going to be in the custom value. That goes here. Contact ID is going to be that's within Nova Echo CRM. That just basically tracks which contact you're calling. And then the initial message. This is going to be the first thing the AI says when it calls the person. In this case, I want it to be, hey, is this Robert? Okay. So it's going to call, it's going to say, hey, is this Robert? And then instead of Nova Echo AI, we're actually going to make an entire script that makes them want to get on that webinar. So I'm going to go do that in a second for you guys. But here we're going to press save action. We're going to make this publish. We're going to change this to, and then we're going to go ahead and press save. And then this is all done and ready to go. Now, one extra thing for anybody who actually does webinars every single week at the same time, what you can do here is actually do another time, or sorry, another wait. And you're going to wait at least 15 minutes. We'll do 16 minutes. That way, people that get sent through at 4:45 wait 16 minutes until 5:01. So now, I'll show you. We're going to set this, and then we're going to do a go-to. Then we're going to click back up here. So now, wait 16 minutes, goes back up here. This waits till next Saturday at 5 p.m. because at this point, it's already at least 5:01 p.m. So now it's just going to continuously put people through the cycle. So if you do webinars at the same time every week, this is going to be perfect because that means you do not have to put people back into this every single time. Once they're in, they're in. They're in because it's just going to keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. And it's going to call them at the same time every week. Now, of course, right here, let's say you have 2 webinars a week. We can also do a Tuesday, right? And let's say it's Tuesday at 6 p.m. instead of 4:45, then you could actually just make a second automation for those people that are going to that webinar. And then we can run everyone through that same campaign. So basically, to summarize that, in case that was confusing at all, if you have more than one day that you're doing it, you can just change it like that. If you have more than one day that you're doing it and the other day you're doing it at a different time, then you can just copy paste this automation, you change the time, and you run everyone through the same way. That's all finished. Let's go to Nova Echo AI, and I'll show you how to make a script so that the agent ID that you put into this webhook right over here actually has something to say. My prompt will probably go something like this because it already started with, hey, is this prospect name? So then they're going to say, yes, it is. I'm going to say, boom. Now, this is a pretty good script. Obviously, I just wrote this in like 2 seconds. You can make this way better. But regardless, they're going to hear this, and they're going to be like, wow, they gave me a call 15 minutes before the webinar. They actually care about me, first of all. They actually want my business. It actually matters to them. That feels good to people. 2, these guys are on top of their goddamn game. They're like, okay, maybe I do want to listen to them. And 3, it's very often that people actually just completely, genuinely forget. And so this is going to remind them so that they do show up. Then we're just going to press Save Agent. And as soon as we do, it's going to automatically update to that agent ID that we put in the webhook. And then your automation is officially finished. So now, as you can see, we went into the CRM platform. And what we did is we created an automation so that whenever somebody signs up to the form, it adds a tag so that they get put in a list. Then whenever that tag is added, then it sends them to another automation that waits until you have the webinar. Then it actually drips them in so that you do not overload the system. And then it will call everybody really quick within a couple minutes, of course. And then after that, it's going to send them back up to the workflow so that if you have the webinar at the same time every single week, it's going to call them again at that exact same time the next week. And if you have 2 webinars at 2 different days at 2 different times, again, all you do is copy and paste that entire workflow, change the wait function, and then you can send everybody in at the Tuesday at 6 p.m. and send everybody in on the Saturday at 5 p.m., okay? And people are going to get calls at those exact same times every single week on repeat. And you can only do this with Nova Echo AI and the will to automate, because it's not easy for some people, but believe me, it is extremely rewarding and it always pays off. So if you don't have Nova Echo CRM or you don't have Nova Echo AI, there's going to be a link in the description to book a call with somebody from the Nova Echo team. You can talk to them. They can help you get set up with both of those platforms so you can set this up and other kinds of cool automations for your business. And if you don't have the will to automate, then we can actually do this entire process for you. So if you do get started with Nova Echo, we can actually build out this entire system for you and your business, so you don't even have to touch the tech stuff, because I know it's confusing for some people. But regardless, you can still book a call with that same link in the description, and we'll be able to help you with that too. And thank you for watching. I hope this helped you. I hope you learned a lot from it. And if you want to see more videos where I'm teaching how to integrate AI into your business to save time and money, subscribe for more. Have a great day. Bye-bye.